I'm with my boy Cheese. How are you, my bro? How are you doing?
Yeah, good, so. Nah, I'm good, I'm good. Yes, it's been a minute. It's
Yeah,
been a long time since I've seen you. But it's good to see you again, man. Looking
you,
good.
you too, brother. You too. For the viewers, Cheese's name is Chriswill September, but I know him as Cheese. Cheese, tell me how did that nickname come about?
Yo, that comes from my first year, eh? So back in 2013 when I came from Worcester, when I went to go study at Potts.
Yeah.
So at the hostel, everybody, you know, getting nicknames and stuff. And one senior guy just asked me, was like, hey, what's your name? And I said, Curseworld. And then he said, but Gaskell. Then everybody just started laughing, Gaskell. And then, the senior guy in my room, he's English. So he's like cheese girls. So he said cheese girls
Uh,
instead of Gaskell. And then just cheese sticked. And then after that, it was just cheese. Yeah. So
yeah.
it was first Gaskell and then cheese, cheese
Nah,
girls and then cheese. So it developed and all that stuff, evolution of the nickname.
no,
So
it
yeah, that's
suits
how it
you.
started.
It suits you. For me, I have a lot of nicknames for you. Roompa. For our viewers, Cheese and I we lived together for a year in Potchefstroom. One of the best years of my life. Rugby Cup. It was a good time, Cheese.
Good times, eh, Goody?
Yeah, back in the day, back in the
Yeah.
day. But Cheese, tell me, bro. For the viewers, tell me about a bit about your background, where you come from, what schools you attended, all that. I'm sure the people are very interested in that.
Yeah. So I'm from Worcester. So
Yeah.
I went primary there, Worcester Primary. And then high school was actually an interesting thing. I was always wanted to go to Worcester Gym
Yeah.
and then but their rugby isn't like the strongest, but like where I grew up in the area, like a lot of the older guys, they went to Worcester Gym, man. It was a girls and a boys school, so
Yeah.
I just felt maybe that's where I'm gonna go. And then like a week before the time, before schools open, I got a call from our under 13A coach at the time, and he said, "Listen here, why don't you come to Draws Day? Like his son is going to Draws Day. They're good with rugby. You obviously have potential and all that stuff. It will just benefit and suit you better." So yeah, we had a good relationship with that coach. So it made sense. And I watched the games of those days. They played against big VP school like Paul Ruas, Paul Jim, Bishops, Rondabos, all those schools. So yeah, yes, it was literally 99.9 that I decided I'm going to those day. So then I would high school RTS those day, matriculated in 2012. We had an insane year, just like a
Yeah.
blessed year. We had guys. Hanro Liebenberg played. He was our eighth man.
Wow.
Kulo was our prop, and then yeah, we had just overall good players as a team. We gelled so well. So I think we ended 12 that year,
Yeah.
and that was also when we played at Port Scospel. That's where I got the bursary to go to varsity there. So yeah,
Wow.
then varsity at Port. That's growing up. Yeah, my background in short with that. Yeah.
Perfect. So I see obviously your life has been determined a lot by rugby. But tell me, when did your love
Yeah.
for rugby start, and when did you decide like you're good at this and you want to make it your profession later on in life?
Yeah, so that starts when you're 6 years old. You pick up the
Yeah.
ball, you're playing there in the grass with your mates. We had also that chat. I mean, growing up, it was just part of your life at the early age.
Yeah.
You just fell in love with the game. But I also think a big role was my family.
Yeah.
So the small town, you can say. So there was a club with the villagers, and every weekend, my dad, my uncle, it was like sort of a family club.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, my opa's father, he started. He was one of the stichters of the club there. He had a big influence. So it was generational. So weekends it would be like Saturday would be I would play, Carlfoot rugby.
Yeah.
I'll go Carlfoot rugby. You play that 8 o'clock till 9, whatever. And then later on, we will go to the club. My brother would play second team. We'll watch third team, second team, first team. Afterwards, at home, I'll watch the Springbok games or Currie Cup game, whatever thing was on. So it was just everyone just eat, sleep, drink rugby. So I mean that was entertaining. You would play with your friends all the
Yeah,
weekend. During the week it was just rugby. You just couldn't get enough of it, eh?
yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that's just where it started. Um, growing up, I never thought, it could, high school that time, it wasn't so professional as it
Yeah,
is now. So, didn't in your mind, it was only about like, yo, I want to enjoy it. I'm playing with my mates. You're competitive. You got that in you. So, you want to win. You want to beat the big schools. But, I never thought, I can make it. I can get money
yeah,
from it, or I can actually, it could be a career for me.
yeah,
So I think in that varsity, when I got the bursary, it was always to study. It was always to get my degree, to study, play rugby, as it was kind of a hobby.
yeah,
And I think I have to say, when you and I moved in, that was the first time where I actually started being professional, because you
yeah,
showed me a bit of the way, because you were at Lions before that.
yeah,
Um, so you showed a bit, okay, we have to eat this, we have to follow a diet.
yeah.
I was lazy for a sticky gym at 8 o'clock to wake up, bro.
Uh,
Gordy, bro. I was for a gym at 8 o'clock to wake up at 8, or to go at 8. I would say I would go to class. I'd rather go to class or just, skip that. So that was when I actually when I saw how it's a bit done to make it professional.
yeah,
So you showed me a lot with that.
uh,
And then afterwards, that year, like you said, we had a insane year. So
yeah,
after that, I played well. We played well. I can maybe make it.
yeah,
So yeah. So then it was the Pumas and eventually the Pumas, and you start to make a career out of it, and
yeah,
chase the highs.
yeah.
So yeah, I think
No,
that.
definitely. But on your professional career, I must congratulate you. Few Varsity Cup finals, Currie Cup champion, Chriswill September. It's amazing, it's amazing. But for the viewers that don't know, you've decided to call time on your career at the moment. Tell me, is that retirement or is that just a break?
I think, yeah, on the professional side of things, it it could be only a break. I think
Yeah,
you never know what's in store. I'm 29 this year,
yeah,
but at the time it was great. I mean, winning the Currie Cup last year and playing in the final this year. Um, you had some, like, no real injuries or anything
yeah,
like that, but you always felt you wanted maybe a bit more. And
yeah,
with how things are in South Africa with the rugby, it was some uncertainty. Just if you're just gonna play Currie Cup. I mean,
yeah,
this year we grew up with Currie Cup, so it's a big thing for us.
yeah,
But as times goes by, it feels like it's fading away. This year was the first year ever it didn't have a sponsor.
yeah,
It was always like up Currie Cup or Carling Currie Cup, anything like that. And I think next year it will be the same. So I felt like I want to try something new. I want to go in more what I studied, which is business, which is the corporate world. I mean, I felt I'm still a good age to try it and not stay somewhere maybe for 2 years and
yeah,
you seeing no growth or like that. So, yeah, you had maybe some smaller offers going overseas, but which is also just a season.
yeah,
There was no ability, and that was also the one thing I was looking for and hoping for was stability.
yeah, for sure.
Um, so that is something I have now. I'm closer to my family, my parents, closer to my girlfriend, and
Yeah,
so that was the main reason why I felt I need to call it or take a break. I think I'll
yeah,
rather say take a break
yeah,
from
for
it, and then we'll see next year where I'll pop up at which club I'll
yeah,
pop up and play a couple of games. Yeah, but definitely so glad, so blessed not to call it on my own terms, so to say,
yeah.
not with a heavy injury
Yeah,
or a career ender. So very, very grateful for that.
yeah, for sure. On that, how is it to adapt to life after rugby? I think it's for me too. It takes up such a big piece of your life, and to just stop and change. How is that to adapt to? Um, and to remove into the real life situation.
I say, yo, no, it's just, Dean, it's been tough actually. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. I spoke with Scala also yesterday.
Yeah.
I told him like the first, it's been 2 months since I've started working and stuff, and especially the first month, it's been so
Yeah.
tough. I think just the time. I mean, it was like you were in your program. You knew what you're gonna do. Wake up, jump, do this,
Mm-hmm.
split unit session, and you come back, take a break, and then you had your team session or how your program is. But now it's the 9 to 5. So the
Yeah.
hours are long. It's you the whole time on your phone. You have to see clients. You have to do this. Be on your phone the whole time. You have a boss. Your boss have a boss. So it's corporate ladder. It's a lot of pressure on you to get the volumes to do your work. You under review a lot. So it's been an adjustment. You're from rugby, from doing your passion to actually just chasing the ladder now. You're in the rat race now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You in the rat race now. You just want to, yes, it's really something else. Yeah, but as time goes by, it is better. It's better just to sit at home, wait for something. I can say.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say just to get along. But it's been tough. It's been
Yeah.
tough at times, but so happy for my parents that's supporting me, my girlfriends that's supporting me, and everybody's so positive. I think that's the big
That's
thing.
the most important.
Everybody is positive, and supporting my decision, my life decision, because it was a big decision, and they
Mm-hmm.
were like, okay, they understand. They're just supporting me, so I think that plays a massive role. And what I learned with rugby, definitely gonna apply it on where I am now,
Yeah, for sure.
because it's a lot of similar. You're also working in a team environment, and you have to keep each other accountable, and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So there's a lot of similarities between the two, which is good, which I enjoy. So so that
That's
I
great.
think
That's
that's
great.
that's that.
On a lighter note,
Yeah.
then, but let's move on then. Your thoughts on the Rugby World Cup? It's the time, bro. I remember us
Yes.
sitting at the Leopards, and they made us watch that video like of the release for the
Yo.
team,
Yeah.
and we all thought it was South Africa,
Yeah.
and it's France. But anyway, what's your thoughts on the World Cup?
Yeah.
What teams are looking good? What players are looking good? And do you think the Bokkers gonna take it for the fourth time? Huh?
Yeah, I tell the people also a lot of that story. I say, yes, it should have been in South Africa. Imagine how amazing that shouldn't have been, eh?
Yeah,
It was in South Africa, would have been cool. Then I would have said definitely the box, easy.
yeah,
But it's now with France, with Dupont maybe out.
yeah.
That's a
Still
tough one. I think,
semi-finals.
maybe semifinals you'll come back. I mean, he's definitely gonna miss the quarterfinals, which will
Yeah,
be the box. Well, that's gonna be
yeah,
vital. So I think a lot of people maybe had France because it's the home nation.
yeah,
Ireland, I've always been the last 4 years, the build up to the World
yeah,
Cup now, Ireland been so good. Just we played against actually in Bloemfontein, we played against the emerging side,
yeah.
Ireland
I remember
emerging
that.
side. So so we went up Pumas. I remember jogging on, I'm thinking, like, look at this lighties, man. Like, this is probably like 21 year olds. Yeah, and there you see it, maybe an older guy. They're right size. I mean,
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that. But I'm thinking, nah, we just come with the Currie Cup champs. We're going to smash them.
yeah,
That first 20 minutes, behind the poles, we're trailing 21-0. We like, yo, boys, the tempo is just so insane.
yeah,
The way they
yeah,
play and the standing, the link between forwards and backs, and the
yeah,
skills also of the forwards is so good. Um, but that's why I'm thinking the 7-1 split is such a big part. You're
yeah,
having 3-4 is to slow the ball down, because Ireland, they're thriving on quick ball,
yeah, yeah,
and you know you have to have a guy in his face, like Peter Steff is going to be in Johnny Sexton's face the whole time. When he
yeah,
goes off, he's going to be Kwaga or Marco Escom. So Dion
yeah,
Fourie, it's work water. So I think the depth is definitely in our side. Um, So I think the Boks can take it, but I am a bit scared of Ireland the way they play. I just like the way they play. If you look at on their team sheet, I
Yeah,
wouldn't maybe pick maybe one or two guys in the Springbok team.
yeah,
So like man versus man, the
yeah.
Boks is
It's
better.
true.
But as a team and the structure and their fitness and just their understanding of the game, their game management, I think they're really a threat. So that's my thoughts. I
Yeah,
think
for
that's
sure. No,
definitely my.
I agree, my bro. I agree.
So
Yeah, but
I think South Africa could get the fourth one. Is looking good.
yeah,
Teams, Gordy, what do you think? Teams that performing. How's that South America teams for you? Uruguay and Chile, eh? They balling, bro.
they're playing lekker, bro. It's interesting to see. Like you never hear about their provincial tournaments, or I don't even know these
Wait,
guys. I don't know who's playing. They're just playing good rugby. But it's good to see that the game is growing all over the world. You know, today now just finished. Portugal drew with Georgia. You know, a few years ago, that's
what?
yeah.
Oh,
1818.
listen, but I had a friend like before COVID, the year of COVID, 2020. But just like their season was like from January or something, they went
Yeah.
and they were in like the South American League thing, and that
Oh
was
yeah.
he said it was. Remember when that league got a bit of like it grew a
The
bit,
Falcon,
so
was
they
it
got
not the
some foreigners.
Falcon or the Western Force? Or I don't remember, but I remember
Yeah,
that something like this.
yeah. But then they went to like Uruguay and stuff like that. So they did something
Yeah,
to like grow the game there. Oh, I mean, since that time. So say let's take the last 4 years. So where they are now,
it's
it's
yeah,
insane the amount of massive steps they took.
exactly.
And yeah, I mean, I thinking they coming out and they just balling. They
Yeah,
playing to enjoy. What I like about it, they're not playing conservative and thinking, yo, we're gonna get a hiding or anything like that. They're
for
playing
sure.
with passion. They play everything they got, and they're just enjoying the game. So that's definitely the teams that stood out for me.
Yeah,
That's impressed me. But yeah, definitely Island Bokker, interesting one. And
yeah.
your beloved All Blacks? No
No,
comment on that.
no, just wait. They're coming. They're coming. They had a bit of a speed bump, but they're coming back. But we'll see. But Chiza, lastly,
Yeah.
from you, as someone who's played at a high level in South Africa, Currie Cup champion and that, and obviously we spoke about how important rugby is for the youth of South Africa and guys growing up. It's in our blood. What's a bit of advice that you would give for somebody who's maybe watching this and thinking that they want to be a professional player? What's some advice that someone gave to you or something like that that you would like to share to somebody else?
Yeah, Cody, yo. I think don't let anybody like tell you you're not good enough or you're not big enough or anything like that. I mean, you can see it there, guys. It's incredible stories just in our Springbok team. The journey they took. I mean, taking a guy like from a scrum of aspect, Grant Williams, Jaden Hendricks, when they were at College Rovers, they watched the 2019 final in College Rovers in the clubhouse or the pub wherever, and they watched the final and they said each other they want to be in the next 4 years. They want to be in the World Cup squad, and there they are. I mean, and it takes hard work. So
Yeah,
if you have a dream and you chase it with everything you got and you work hard, you'll get your speed bumps, you'll get your obstacles, you will get guys or sometimes coaches saying, nah, you're not good enough or you can't do this. Just work on it. Sometimes take the advice. Sometimes they just want to push you down. But take the advice and, work on maybe it's your box kick or it's your passing. Do it. But
yeah,
if you really have a dream and you feel you can do it, just go for it. Never give up. Don't give up and think, oh, I had this injury now, and this guy's saying I can't do it, and that guy is good. If you believe it, Kurt Aaron, so the guy has insane journey. So just
yeah,
trust your process, trust your journey, trust God's plan for you, and then it's your responsibility to wake up and do what you can do and just perform. Sometimes, I mean, people will say now, take Grant Williams, for example, they'll say, yo, that guy is great. And
Yeah.
we played against, I don't know if you played Super Sport Challenge against the Sharks the one time for Leopards. I mean, there, he also scored like a try, 2 tries from the halfway line. I'm thinking, yo, he round out 15. I don't know if it was Chantal still that time or who was it, but I'm thinking, yo, this guy he's doing amazing stuff.
Yeah.
And he was a Super Sport Challenge, like 4th, 1st choice for Sharks. Unga maybe above him in Super Rugby, but I think a guy like him just stuck his gun and made it. You know, sometimes you maybe from VP won't sign you, then you move like to a Bulls and you're just performing. So I think you have to keep on believing, and if it's what you want to do, just go for it. Trust your gut and just work hard at it, and just put it out there and be positive. Say you can make it. You are good enough. You'll work for it. So I think that's important, eh? That's important, Gordy.
Now, wise words. Cheers. Thank you so much for joining us. You're our first guest. I'm glad you were our first guest. Very, very, very good to chat to you again. All the best for your new journey in life. I'm sure you will kill it just like you did in the rugby field. It was an honor for me to take the field with you, and it's an honor for me to host you, brother.
Same, Gordy. It's an honor for me. Thanks for inviting me.
No problem.
Just to see you. We had such lekker times, and you're also a flippant rugby player, and just all the best for you, man. And with your fatherhood and everything, and as a husband, I mean, it's amazing to see, bro. It's amazing to see.
I appreciate it.
So and if you're in SA again, give me a call, man. We have to hook up again.
For sure, brother.